What is up guys, Raftel here, and today we are going to talk about the war which is going to take place in Wano, the Wano War. It has already started in the One Piece manga. That being said, there are not going to be any spoilers in this video, so people who just watched the One Piece anime, don't worry. And people who have read the One Piece manga, we have something to talk about too. In this video, I'm going to try and predict how the Wano War will progress. What are the outcomes, every possible battle, matchup, who's gonna fight who. And I'm also going to assign power levels for everyone present during the Wano War. Let's look at the power levels or combat potential of the 100 Beast Pirates first. Every army needs to have their base soldiers. These are the weakest members of the army. For example, an average marine soldier during the Marineford War. In Kaido's army, the pleasures fill up the spot. Above the pleasures are the numbers with an average power level of 50,000, and above the numbers are the waiters at 60,000. I know a lot of you might place the numbers a bit higher, but I don't think so. Waiters are people who are waiting to receive an artificial devil fruit, that is smile. With Doflamingo the Joker gone, along with the smiles, I think only the strongest soldiers would be provided with the devil fruit, and I could be wrong. Kaido's army has similar ranking to a card's deck, so the increasing order of power might be numbers 1 through 10, Jack, Queen and King. By this logic, the numbers might be placed higher, but I don't think it will make much of a difference because I believe they will end up fighting the lower ranks of the samurais and Mink. Before we go any further, the reason why I came up with this power levels is because in One Piece we don't really have any standards or means to measure a person's actual strength. Yes, there is the bounty system, but it's not accurate. For example, Usopp has a bounty of 200 million berry, and Chopper has 200 berry, which does not reflect well on their combat potential. That being said, let's continue. Above the waiters, we have the gifters starting at 250,000. I know this is a big jump, but gifters are artificial devil fruit users, and depending on the fruit, they might be really strong. Remember, the majority of the CP9 members were Zone devil fruit users, and Rob Lucci told, I quote, "In close quarter combat, Zoan devil fruits are the strongest." And I think some of the gifters are very strong and might actually be at the same level as CP9 members. That being said, there might be gifters who are weak, and also gifters whose devil fruit powers are not known, making them tricky to fight. I'm not saying they will defeat any key players in the Pirate Samurai Alliance, but gifters might still do damage. Of course, there are gifters who have been defeated by Luffy and the others, but there are also gifters like Solitary and Sarahebi who might be above average, who will face off against higher ranks of the Minks, like the Guardians. There are a lot of pleasures in Kaido's army, but I don't think they'll make much of a difference. There is this possibility that Luffy might knock them off with Conqueror's Haki like what happened in Fishman Island. Now let's get to the big hitters of the 100 Beast Pirates, starting with Scratchman Apu with a power level of 420,000. Being a member of the Supernova, Apu's devil fruit is very tricky to fight against. There's just so much we don't know about it. I'm not suggesting that Apu will bring down anyone from the Straw Hat Samurai Alliance, but he will surely be troublesome to get rid of. Whoever is fighting Apu will be receiving some amount of damage. I think Brook will fight Apu in a musical showdown, but there is a small voice in my head that says that Killer will kill Scratchman Apu for what he did. It will be his revenge. Some of you watching might say, Raftel, I think Kid might be the one to revenge Killer, but let's not forget, Killer is still alive and he's one of the only non-captain Supernova along with Zoro. So I think he will fight his own battles. And he is more likely to say something along the lines like, Kid, I will take care of this monkey, you go after Kaido. Next up we have Basil Hawking at 430,000. the man who can see the future and the man who has more lives than a cat. We are familiar with some of his techniques like foreseeing the future and having others take damage in his place, but I don't know who he's going to fight, and I don't know if he's going to switch sides based on the future. Hawkins will remain a mystery to the One Piece anime watchers for now. If you have any speculations of who Hawkins might fight, let me know in the comments below. There might be other headliners who have not been showed yet, but I will be assigning a power level of 200,000 to 350,000 to them. They might end up fighting the hard pirates, lower ranks like Beppo and the others. Now further up the ladders are the Flying Six or the Tobirapo Six. We have Sasaki coming in at 420,000. None of us have seen him or any of the Flying Six in action, with the exception of Page 1 and X-Drake, so I will assign an average value to such members. Sasaki looks a bit dangerous and I think he might be a fishman, so his matchup will be Jinbei if Jinbei returns. For someone from the Kid Pirates like Heat or Wire who are forced to fight him to clear Kid's way, that's also a good option. Black Maria at the expected power level of 400,000 or above will fight Nico Robin. I think it will be a good fight. Not much to speculate about this fight because I have not seen Black Maria in action. Just going by her name, I think she's super dark and I think she will use deception and tricks. Only time will tell about that. The Flying Six are former New World captains, so they are quite formidable. So the lower ranks of the Straw Hat, especially the weakling trio that is Usopp, Chopper and Nami, may not fight them. Maybe they will team up to fight against someone like Ulti at 400,000, but I think Carrot is perfect to fight Ulti. Carrot might as well become a Straw Hat in the future. That's a topic for another video. Now Page 1 at 420,000 might fight against Frankie, because based on Oda's personality, I don't think he will pass on the whole robot versus dinosaur fight. Sanji was toying with Page 1 in their previous encounter, so I don't think we will have Sanji versus Page 1 round 2. Who's Who looks dangerous too, and I have not seen him in a fight. The remaining Straw Hats are Brook, Sanji, Zoro, Nami, Usopp and Chopper, assuming they don't fight Ulti. I think Brook, if he doesn't fight Scratchman Apu, might fight Who's Who. X-Drake at 420,000 will remain a mystery for the One Piece anime watchers, but he is strong. If he fights for Kaido, he might fight against Sanji or Jinbei if Jinbei returns. If he fights against Kaido, which might be more likely, he might fight against Jack, Who's Who or even Sasaki. Speaking of Jack, he comes in at 410,000. Despite being a Yonko commander, I don't think Jack is all that strong. I think Nekomamushi and Inuarashi will take care of him. If they fail, I think Dojin Ashura will be the one to step up. The other possibility is again Jinbei. I think that Jack is a merman or at least a half, because he managed to survive under the sea for some time. So it kinda makes sense for Jinbei to step in if Jinbei returns. Queen comes in at 500,000 and Sanji will be his opponent. Given Sanji's new technological upgrade and how Queen was said to be the person who has invented a lot of weapons for the 100 Beast Pirates, I think this matchup makes a sense. King comes in at 700,000. He will be fighting Zoro. That is obvious. King is placed so high because being the right hand man of Kaido and fearlessly taking off to fight the Big Mom pirates on his own tells how confident he is in his own strength. But the problem here is King can fly. So Zoro might be restrained to using only long distance attack, or King might not fly and take on Zoro in the ground to make it a fair fight. There's another possibility, that is Zoro uses the CP9 and Sanji's skywalk technique. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below. We'll talk about Kaido a bit later. Next up are Orochi's forces. With a few soldiers at 20,000. The main strength of this faction is in the Onibawa Banshu. Oda is yet to introduce 3 members of this faction. I will just assign them a average power level of 300,000. The rest of them will range from 310,000 to 380,000. They will be fighting off against Keimon and the rest of the 9 seeds. Orochi will come in at just 200,000. I think it will be fit if anyone from the 9 sheets along with Momonosuke defeat him. Hiyori can also join in this fight. It will be perfect. The Kozuki clan must end the Kurozumi clan. Next up are the Heart Pirates. I don't think apart from Law anyone is going to do anything. I think Law might assist Luffy when he's up against Kaido. The rest of the members like Jean Brad, Beppo might fight in the background with some gifters or at most some headliners. The Heart Pirates are the weakest group involved. Oda doesn't plan to use any of them in any key roles. Apart from Law, Beppo and Jean Brad, there is no information about any of the Heart Pirates. Next up is the smallest group that is involved, the Kid Pirates. I mean the remnants of the Kid Pirates. After battling Kaido, surviving in Wano without their captain, and being constantly chased by Kaido and Orochi's forces has definitely weeded out the weaklings in the Kid Pirates. Those who remain are Eustace Captain Kidd, Soldier of Slaughter Killer, Heat and Wire. They are quite formidable, and I think they will fight Kaido and his commanders first and lose, but still do a lot of damage. Like I said before, Killer might take out Scratchman Apu. Now let's move towards the power levels of the Samurai Mink Alliance. The base soldier slot is filled by Minks and Samurais averaging at 250,000. They can fight against gifters, numbers and even some headliners. I have placed Danjiro at 380,000 for now, but I think he might be the strongest at around 450,000. Kamatatsu might also be around the 400 mark. The powerhouses here are Ashura, Inuarashi and Nikumamushi coming in at 400,000. After the Sulong transformation, they might be around 500,000 mark. They will take on Jack. Ashura might take on Queen and Danjiro might fight any of the 3 calamities, maybe giving Zoro or Sanji the opportunity to assist Luffy against Kaido. The rest of the streets will fight the Onibawa Banshu. Remember, the Onibawa Banshu were former allies, so there is a chance that some of them might return to the Kozuki clan side. Now let's look at the Straw Hat Pirates. One Piece anime watchers, if Jinbei returns, he would be at a power level of 610,000. If Jinbei shows up, it could mean he somehow escaped Big Mom, and Jinbei is really strong. He is at least as strong as a Yonko commander. He was evenly matched with Ace before the time skip, and I think he only got stronger after that. I can see Jinbei fighting Jack or assisting Luffy while he's fighting Kaido. By assisting I mean hold off Kaido until Luffy recovers from his Gear Force transformation. Nami is the weakest Straw Hat at 300,000. This is with Zenith by her side. Given that Big Mom is at Wano, she might be in huge trouble because she is guaranteed to attract Big Mom. Nami will not fight anyone above a headliner. Frankie comes in at 370,000, with all of his gadgets and General Franklin included. He might fight Page 1, the good old robot versus dinosaur thing. Usopp at 350,000 will limit himself to fighting headliners. Yes, he has awakened observational haki, but it is premature for him to take down a commander. Maybe he teams up with Chopper to take down a Flying Six member. And remember that the Tobirabo 6 are all former New World captains who lost against Kaido, so that's a phenomenal feat for Usopp and Chopper to defeat one of them. Brook comes in at 360,000. He's a very impressive swordsman. The guy managed to survive an one-on-one with Big Mom after all. If the Kid Pirates don't get Scratchman Apu, it will be a musical showdown. I think that the kid pirates will kill Apu and Brook might end up fighting Sasaki. Robin, despite her training with the Revolutionary Army, hasn't been doing anything. In the Dressrosa arc, I was disappointed in Robin. She didn't take out any members of the Don Quixote family. But this time I think she will get the fight. I think Robin will take on Black Maria. My gut is telling that Black Maria might actually be CP0. I don't know, it's just a feeling. Now it's time for the big three. Before we get into this, some of you might not like the power levels that I'm going to assign to the big three, but let me explain and provide proof as to why I've assigned them these power levels. Coming in at 500,000 is Vince Mcsnanji. This is without the right suit. With the right suit on, he could be around the 600,000 mark. He may fight without the right suit. I feel he will avoid it till it is absolutely necessary because he doesn't want to be associated with the Germa 66. He put on the right suit against page 1 just to disguise himself. He might fight Queen, but there might be other people too. Number 2, the second strongest Straw Hat pirate with a power level of 700,000 is Straw Hat Luffy. I know a lot of you may disagree, but think about it. Luffy was barely able to defeat Katakuri, who is at 650,000. Luffy with this Gear Force transformation cannot last forever. Once he has exhausted his Haki limit, he needs at least 10 minutes to recover. So far he has been lucky to have someone buy time for him, but up against Kaido, buying time might not be easy at all. To be honest, one-on-one against Kaido, Luffy will not have a chance. The strongest Straw Hat will be Zoro at 720,000. There is something weird about Zoro. Ever since we saw him after the time skip, no, I'm not talking about the eye. Zoro is usually training during voyages or after battles. But ever since the time skip, I haven't seen him train. Not just in the One Piece anime, there is not even a single manga panel in the One Piece manga showing Zoro train. This is something unprecedented. In addition to this, Zoro was able to go toe-to-toe with Fujitora, a marine-based admiral. He didn't even break a sweat fighting against Pika. I think our pirate hunter friend is hiding something. So now let's take a look at Kaido. The captain of the 100 Beast Pirates, Kaido comes in at 2.5 million. This is no exaggeration. Being able to one-shot Luffy at Gear Force Bounceman, not as much as having a scar after taking so many blows from Gear Force Bounceman, defeating Kid, Hawkins and the majority of the Tobirabo 6, and much more. This backs his power level. If you watched the video so far, you're amazing, thank you so much. So far it looks like the Straw Hat Samurai Alliance have their hands full with the 100 Beast Pirates, but we still have the Big Mom Pirates to worry about. We'll talk about the Big Mom Pirates and how the war will progress in the part 2 of this video. A sub to the channel would be phenomenal. Like the video if you enjoyed it and let me know in the comments who is stronger, Zoro or Luffy. Personally, I think Zoro is stronger. Let me know. I'll see you guys in the next one.